What you are about to hear is not encouragement. It is not comfort. It is not gentle guidance. This is war. A war against the weakest parts of yourself. A war against the assumptions that have kept you crawling through life like a beggar, instead of building like a king. Because here's the truth. Your life bends to your assumptions. What you expect, you create. Not by magic, but by motion. When you assume failure, you shrink. When you assume betrayal, you pull back. When you assume the world is against you, it obeys. Because your mind is a furnace, and your dominant thoughts are the fuel. But what if you flip the switch? What if you trained your mind to assume victory? Not someday, not eventually. Now here, even when nothing makes sense, even when the silence is deafening, even when the scoreboard shows you're losing, this is not hope. This is engineering, mental warfare, spiritual dominance. Because the weak wait for proof, but the powerful, they move as if the door is already open, as if the battle is already won, as if the life they envision is already theirs. You must become that man, and to do that, you must kill the one you've been. There is no evolution without execution. There is no breakthrough without blood. You've been dipping your toes in greatness, testing the water, waiting for some sign. But this is your sign. Burn the bridge. Light the old version of yourself on fire and let the ashes scatter. You do not rise while keeping your past self alive. You do not ascend while dragging your excuses with you. The comfort, the hesitation you call patience, kill it. Because you must decide how this ends. And the one thing that rewires everything is assumption. Assume that the outcome is locked in. Assume that the setbacks are sculpting you. Assume that this pain is perfect. Thomas Edison didn't see failure. He saw the blueprint forming. Henry Ford didn't beg for validation. He bet against the world and walked like it was already his. Carnegie, Schwab, men who moved as if doubt was a disease and certainty was the cure. And that's exactly what you need to inject into your bloodstream. Certainty. Not loud, not desperate. Cold, calm, commanding. When you believe, before you see, you win. Not just because belief feels good, but because belief directs focus. And focus sharpens action. Let me ask you something. What have you been assuming lately? Have you been assuming it won't work? That people will let you down? That this chapter will end the way the last one did? Then no wonder you're bleeding. No wonder you're stuck. Your subconscious is a soldier. It obeys without question. It takes your thoughts as law and carves them into your path. So when you say, nothing ever works, it nods and makes sure nothing ever does. But say this, everything is working for me. Say it again, louder, until it vibrates through your spine. Because once your subconscious believes it, the world must follow. Your behavior bends toward it. Your decisions align with it. Your presence commands it. This isn't about feeling good. This is about building fire. Discipline doesn't come from emotion. It comes from decision. Burn the plan B. Eliminate the lifelines. There is no safety net. You either rise or you remain. And when you burn that bridge, truly burn it, you unlock a version of yourself that's been waiting in the shadows. The one who doesn't fold under pressure. The one who doesn't explain himself. The one who doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. He's been watching. He's been silent. But he's ready. And you cannot do this alone. No warrior rises in a vacuum. You need a mastermind, a brotherhood, a force of minds aligned with the same clarity. No softness, no comfort chasers. only fire, only purpose, only men who speak with their chest and act without apology. Find them, or build them, one mind at a time, one mission, one shared refusal to stay small. And if they're not around you now, be it. Become the mind that magnetizes others. Because this world is starving for clarity, for conviction, for men who decide. So what will you assume from this point forward? That life is against you, or that everything is unfolding for you? That fear is real, or that faith has already won? This is the moment, not tomorrow. Now make the decision that burns your past behind you. Make the declaration that splits your future open. Assume the throne. Walk as if the crown is already yours. And never speak like a peasant again. Because the warrior doesn't need proof. He moves like the proof already exists. And eventually, the world bows in agreement. Lesson 1. Control the assumption. Command the outcome. Core truth. Your life does not bend to your potential. It bends to your assumptions. And right now, whether you're aware of it or not, you are carrying assumptions that are building your prison or forging your path to power. The world isn't responding to your goals. It's responding to your expectations. Let that sink in. Most people assume they'll fail, so they hesitate. Most people assume they'll be rejected, so they don't speak up. Most people assume life is against them, and so it is. Not because of some mystical force, but because focus follows assumption. Action follows focus, and results follow action. The assumptions you rehearse become the laws you live under. So the first lesson on this path is simple. You must take full control of your inner assumptions before anything else changes. This is your operating system, your hidden programming, and every outcome in your life is running on the code you wrote. What happens when you shift the assumption? Assume things never work out for you, and you will subconsciously sabotage. Assume people are out to get you, and you will resist alliances. Assume the process is failing, and you'll quit before the breakthrough. Now flip it. Assume everything is working for you, and suddenly, pain becomes preparation. Delay becomes divine timing. Chaos becomes construction. This isn't delusion. This is conscious command. This is mental warfare with the soft programming that's kept you broke, small, or silent. Step by step, install the assumption of power. Step 1. Morning mirror drill. Every single morning, before the phone, before the doubt, stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eye, and declare, everything is working out for me. Say it again. Say it like a man who believes it. Say it until the voice that once doubted goes quiet. This is not a chant. It's a command. You're telling your subconscious, this is the reality now. Build accordingly. Step 2. The 5-day assumption audit. Grab a notebook. Carry it everywhere for the next 5 days. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, write it down. Then ask this. What assumption created this thought? You'll start to see the patterns, the hidden scripts you've been obeying. And once you expose them, you strip them of their power. Now, for each negative assumption, write a replacement. Example. Old assumption. I always mess things up. New command. I execute with power, even under pressure. You must write them as if they're already true. That's the key. Step 3. Behavioral alignment practice. Each night, reflect and write down one moment where you acted in alignment with your new assumptions. One moment where you defaulted to the old programming. This builds self-awareness and puts a spotlight on your mental blueprint. And here's the truth most never hear. You can't think your way into a new identity. You must act your way into one. So this final reflection is where your mental rehearsal begins to shape your muscle memory. Your daily affirmation mantra. Repeat daily. I assume power. I assume victory. I assume the struggle is shaping me. I move like the outcome is locked in. My assumptions create my world, and I only assume dominance. Why this lesson matters. If you don't take control of your assumptions, someone else will. Society, your past, your failures, your fears. They will all whisper scripts into your mind. And if you're not the author, you're just an actor in someone else's play. But when you write the script, when you forge the belief, and when you act like it's already happening, the world doesn't stand a chance. It must follow. Lesson 2. Burn the bridge. Kill the old identity. Core truth. You cannot become a new version of yourself while keeping the old one alive. You cannot carry power with one hand while dragging weakness with the other. You do not transform by tweaking. You transform by eliminating. There is no evolution without execution, no rebirth without a burial. The world has lied to you. It told you that you could change gradually, that you could ease your way into a better life, that you could become powerful while still making excuses for your past. But here's the raw truth. As long as the old you has a voice, a shelter, or a way back in, he will always return. So your job now is to make his return impossible. Why burning the bridge? Matters. This isn't poetry. This is strategy. When you burn the bridge, you activate a part of the mind that most men never access. The must. The no other option. The do or die. You see, a man with a plan B never commits fully to plan A. He always holds something back. And that sliver of hesitation is the leak that sinks his entire ship. Think about every version of your past self that failed. The one who justified laziness. The one who said, later. The one who blamed everything but himself. That man can't come with you. He must be exiled. Because if he stays, you stay stuck. Step by step, burn the bridge and kill the old self. Step 1. Identify the survival mechanisms. Grab a journal and answer these. What behaviors do I use as escape routes? Scrolling, overthinking, procrastination, bad habits. What do I always say to justify quitting? Maybe it's not the right time. I need more clarity. It's not that bad. What part of me am I secretly still protecting? The lazy one? The scared one? The one who wants approval? This is your enemy profile. You can't destroy what you haven't identified. Step 2. Destroy the artifact. Now, choose one object that represents the old you. It could be a journal, a piece of clothing, a number in your phone, a playlist, even a location. Destroy it. Physically. Throw it in the fire. Shatter it. Delete it. Tear it apart. Do not keep souvenirs of your suffering. Do not leave breadcrumbs back to mediocrity. You are not editing your story. You are rewriting it from scratch. Step 3. Close the escape routes. Look around your life and make these cuts. Remove 3 distractions that always lead you backward. Block or unfollow 3 people who represent your old mindset. Delete 3 apps, accounts, or tabs that seduce you back into weakness. Every open door is an invitation to retreat. Lock them. Weld them shut. Leave no path but forward. Step 4. Write and declare the death sentence. Write a death sentence for the man you used to be. Speak it aloud. Bury him with words. The man who hesitated is dead. The man who chased comfort is buried. The version of me that flinched has no place in this life. I move forward alone, without compromise, without retreat, because I have burned the bridge. and I do not go back. Post it on your wall. Make it your screensaver. Recite it every time the old habits try to sneak in. Your mantra of execution. Repeat daily. I do not negotiate with the past. I do not revisit what I've buried. I walk like the bridge behind me has been turned to ash. There is no retreat. There is only execution. And I am the weapon, forged in fire. Why most men fail. This step, they try to ease into change. They say they're trying to improve, while still giving oxygen to their old identity. That doesn't work here. In this world, hesitation is betrayal, and half measures kill transformation. You want to evolve? Then make it impossible to go back. Because the moment you remove the option of quitting, you create the requirement to win. Lesson 3. Reprogram your identity through repetition. Core truth. You don't rise to your dreams. You fall to your identity. And identity is not who you wish you were. It's who you rehearse being. You can chase new goals, buy new books, build vision boards, and set midnight resolutions. But if the voice in your head still whispers the same doubts, if your subconscious still sees you as weak, unsure, or undeserving, then no amount of effort will override the programming. This is the brutal reality most people run from. You are not fighting your circumstances. You are fighting your subconscious script. Until you rewire the operating system underneath it all, your actions will always self-destruct the moment pressure shows up. Why? Repetition is power. The mind doesn't respond to what's true. It responds to what is repeated. This is why you can know you're capable and still feel like a fraud. It's why you can see progress, but still expect failure. Because beneath all the effort and ambition, you've rehearsed the identity of someone who loses. And that identity, it doesn't break by chance. It breaks through deliberate daily repetition of who you choose to become. The formula for reprogramming: thought, speech, action, identity. Identity is a loop, and every loop starts with a thought. A thought becomes a phrase. That phrase becomes a decision. That decision becomes your default behavior. And when repeated long enough, it becomes who you are. So if you want to change your life, you must become ruthless about what enters this loop. You must feed it new scripts, not once, not when you feel inspired, daily, without fail, without compromise, step by step. Build a new identity through mental repetition. Step 1, script the man you're becoming. Craft a short identity script. No fluff, no fantasy. Write a 3 to 5 sentence declaration of the version of you that is non-negotiable. I am a man of execution. I move with discipline, not emotion. I speak with certainty and follow through without hesitation. I do not negotiate with weakness. I am becoming the one they never saw coming. This becomes your daily creed, your new operating system. Step 2, speak it aloud. Every morning, every night. When you speak it, you program it. Say it standing up. Shoulders square, eyes open. Say it until your nervous system believes it. Say it even when you don't feel like it, especially then. Because repetition when it's easy is performance. Repetition when it's hard is reprogramming. And that's where the war is won. Step 3, visualize yourself following through. After you speak, see yourself executing, not someday. Now visualize yourself walking with command, staring down your work, crushing resistance, choosing action over comfort, again and again. Your subconscious cannot distinguish between imagined and lived experience, so show it what power looks like. Every day. Step 4, stack evidence, reinforce the loop. Every time you act like the man you're becoming, write it down. Woke up on time? Write it. Spoke with certainty in a meeting? Write it. Trained when you didn't feel like it? Write it. This becomes your proof vault, a log of evidence that says, this isn't theory. I am becoming that man. You are not building confidence. You are building certainty. Your daily identity reprogramming routine. Morning, 5 minutes. Stand and declare your identity aloud. Visualize yourself executing powerfully today. Feel the words. Burn them in. During the day, 1-minute micro habits. Any moment you feel weakness, pause, breathe. Repeat one phrase aloud. I do not flinch. I execute evening, 5 minutes. Reflect on one win that aligned with your new identity. Write it down. Speak it again. End the day with power. Why most men fail. This step. They wait for belief to arrive like a gift. They think confidence is supposed to feel good. But it doesn't. Not at first. Confidence comes after consistency. Identity comes after repetition. And if you only speak power when you feel powerful, you'll never get past your threshold. So what do? We rehearse. We repeat. Until your mind forgets who you used to be. Until the new you becomes inevitable. Mantra of identity reprogramming. Repeat daily. I speak as the man I'm becoming. I act before the proof. I reinforce the identity I have chosen. I am not a reaction. I am a command. And with every repetition, I become undeniable. Lesson 4. Build or find your mastermind. Core truth. No warrior rises alone. Discipline may be forged in solitude, but acceleration is born in alignment. If your mission is to build something unstoppable, you must align your mind with others who are just as dangerous. Men who don't flinch at hard truths. Men who don't beg for motivation. Men who don't just want power, they live it. This is the 4th law of ascension. Environment dictates evolution. You are not above influence. Your thoughts, your ambition, your standards, they're all being shaped by the people around you, whether you admit it or not. Why the mastermind is power. The mastermind isn't just a group. It's a mental forge. It's a convergence of aligned minds, burning toward the same purpose, sharpening each other through pressure. And here's what separates winners from wanderers. Wanderers keep soft company. Warriors engineer their alliances. Do not mistake comfort for compatibility. Do not confuse proximity with power. You may like the people around you, but if they are not building you, they are breaking you. Your mind is too valuable to be diluted by cowardice, laziness, or excuses. What a mastermind does to you. It increases your standards, instantly. It exposes your blind spots. It multiplies your momentum. It removes the illusion that you're the only one pushing. In a real mastermind, you are watched. You are challenged. You are expected to rise. And if you don't have that pressure in your life right now, then you're leaving potential on the table. Step by step, build or join your mastermind. Step 1. Audit your circle. Make 3 lists. Builders. People who challenge you, raise your standards, speak power. Drifters. People who float, distract, mean well, but reinforce mediocrity. Bleeders. People who drain, gossip, complain, or question your purpose. Remove the bleeders immediately. Don't wait. Don't explain. You owe them nothing. Your mission matters more than their feelings. Limit the drifters. Minimize exposure. Respect their path, but don't walk it. Double down on the builders. Text them. Call them. Set meetings. These are the men who sharpen your sword. Step 2. Create the alliance. Start with 1. Find one man aligned with your purpose. Meet weekly. Speak openly. Share your wins, your failures, your targets. No fluff, No lies, no ego. Set rules. Masterminds need structure. No victim talk. No apologies for ambition. No tolerance for softness. Declare your purpose. Each man must state his mission aloud, clearly, without hesitation. This is the spine of the mastermind. If a man can't speak it, he shouldn't sit at the table. Step 3. Create pressure. The mastermind isn't therapy. It's not a support group. It's a fire. Set weekly targets. Hold each other accountable. Call out hesitation. Celebrate follow-through. This is how steel is forged. Through heat, through resistance, through non-negotiable standards. Step 4. Speak the language of builders. Install the dialect of the mastermind into your own speech. Replace "I'll try" with "I will." Replace "we'll see" with "this is happening." Replace "maybe later" with "here's my deadline." Replace silence with strategy. Language is code. And if your words are weak, your mind will follow. Step 5. Be the fire. If you can't find the right circle, be it. Speak with clarity. Move with conviction. Execute without applause. The right men will be drawn to your fire. The wrong ones will run from the heat. Good. You are not here to build consensus. You are here to build an army of executioners. Your weekly mastermind ritual. Meet weekly. Non-negotiable. Set a time. Commit. No reschedules. No excuses. Each man shares one win from the past week, one target for the next, one challenge he needs sharpened on. Challenge each other. Where's the hesitation? Where's the softness? What must be eliminated? Leave with action. No theory. No feel-good talk. Just fire. Your mastermind mantra. Repeat aloud. I align with men of purpose. I do not tolerate weak minds. I protect my vision by guarding my circle. I am built by fire and sharpened by alignment. I rise because I do not rise alone. Why most men fail. This step. They confuse comfort with loyalty. They keep people in their life out of habit, not alignment. And they wonder why they keep regressing. But here, in Grimface, we live by one rule. If he does not feed the fire, he doesn't sit at the table. Lesson 5. Make the final decision and never look back. Core truth. There comes a moment in every warrior's journey when all roads collapse into one. One path, one purpose, one decision that severs all doubt and makes retreat impossible. And that's the 5th law of ascension. You must make a final decision, so absolute that the man you used to be cannot survive it. This is the line in the sand. This is where the war shifts. Not against your environment, not against your past, but against the part of you that still believes you can stay the same and somehow rise. You can't. You won't. You either decide fully or you drift forever. Why final decision is everything. You don't need more clarity. You don't need more motivation. You don't need a perfect strategy. What you need is a line you refuse to cross again. A vow burned so deep into your bones that even temptation can't pull you back. Every powerful man in history, Carnegie, Ford, Lincoln, Rockefeller, had this. Not a vague desire, not a list of goals, but a sentence, a chief aim so unshakable that every breath, thought, and action bent toward its completion. Until you decide with that level of finality, you will always waver. You will always pause when pressure rises, and you will always have one foot in the past. The cost of indecision. You waste time. You leak energy. You betray your future. Because a man without a final decision lives like a leaf in the wind, tossed by emotion, distracted by noise, tempted by every shortcut that promises ease over greatness. But But the man with a final decision? He doesn't flinch. He doesn't explain. He executes, with no plan B, no backdoor, no delay. Step by step. Make the final decision and never look back. Step 1. Write your one-sentence purpose. Not 10 goals, not a vision board. One sentence. What must I build before my time is up? Who must I become? What must I finish, no matter what it costs? Write it like a vow, not a wish. I will build, and I will not rest until it is done. That sentence becomes your internal compass, your guiding law, your personal constitution. Step 2. Burn the alternatives. If it's not aligned with your decision, eliminate it. Quit the half-committed projects. Cut off side hustles that distract. Stop entertaining paths that dilute your direction. Delete the distractions. Not next week. Now, because indecision feeds your weakness. And the longer you delay the cut, the more power you lose. Step 3. Install the identity of a decided man. Your tone changes when you're decided. Your movement sharpens. Your presence becomes magnetic. So speak like it. Walk like it. Act like it. And every time fear whispers, "What if?" respond with violence. I said what is, not what if. Because the man who made the decision doesn't ask for permission. He doesn't wait for signs. He declares the outcome and moves. Step 4. Cement it with a ritual. Symbolic action creates mental finality. Burn a journal from your past. Delete a file, account, or contact that tethers you to weakness. Tattoo the date. Post the vow. Create something that marks the line. This isn't for motivation, it's for memory. So when you're tested, you remember the moment you burned the bridge. Step 5. Repeat the decision daily. Every morning, speak your chief aim aloud. I have made my decision. My path is locked in. My direction is not up for debate. I move forward without hesitation. I do not flinch. I do not fold. I finish. The more you repeat it, the more your subconscious aligns. And when your subconscious aligns, there is no force on earth that can stop you. Why most men fail. This step, they want freedom, but keep escape routes open. They want power, but refuse to sacrifice. They want greatness, but cling to balance. You can't have both. At some point, you must choose one identity to kill, because you cannot serve two minds. You cannot speak both faith and fear. You cannot move in two directions. One must die, one must dominate. And if you don't choose, life will choose for you. Your final decision mantra, repeat aloud. I have made the decision. There is no return. The bridge is burned. The path is locked. The mission is mine. I do not seek relief. I seek results. I do not pause. I pursue. I do not hope. I declare. I do not fold. I finish.